Hello, sweet people, and welcome back to Adventures in Milk Bread. Today we're going to be making a cheesecake bundt with some jam in it. So it's nice and jammy. You can choose the jam. I used raspberry today. And all of these recipes use the same base recipe of milk bread, and you just have to click the link. It'll take you to redstaryeast site where there's a full video tutorial, full recipe, and I have already made the dough. I've chilled it till it's super cold, and now we can get to making a bundt. So the first thing is I'm going to liberally flour my work surface. Put that gorgeous, do you see how fluffy? So fluffy. So as beautiful as it is, we do have to degas it, which means we're just going to knock it down. It's already a beautiful round because it was in a bowl, which is perfect. We need to roll this into a round. I'm going to flour my French pin. It's my favorite type of pin to use. Okay, let's check. You stay. Okay. Huh? Perfect. Perfection! I love it. 18 inches all around. And now I've got to guesstimate, but you can use the ruler, but I love to see if I get it right on the money. So guesstimate what the middle is. I'm guessing right here. I'm just gonna make a mark. I'm not gonna dig in there yet. And then at 9 inches, because that's, yes! 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 And now I can commit. Handy dandy tool, I puncture all the way through and I make a small hole. Before I do anything else, I want to prepare my bundt pan. This is a Nordic Ware. I love the shape. And I'm just going to lightly coat this. Now that that's prepared, I'm going to fold this over. If you have any big clumps of flour, I brush them off first. And that's where I'm going for, right there. And unfurl the dough. You get over here and go over here. There we go. There we go. That's in the middle. And now you want to tuck in the dough along the sides, keeping that hole in the middle of the bundt. Don't stretch it yet. You will be. Now that I have my bundt filled with the dough, it's time to put in the filling, which is the cheesecake filling. Super simple. I have the recipe below. It is 1 8-ounce package of cream cheese, a 1/2 cup of confectioner sugar, 1 egg, a little bit of salt, a 1/4 cup of flour, and then a 1/4 cup of jam of your choice. I prefer seedless. And then you just mix it up until it's smooth. I like to use a piping bag so that it gets evenly distributed on the bottom. You can also spoon this in. You don't need to use the piping bag, but I make a little sleeve first, like that. And then I use my thumb to scrape off the filling into the bag so that I get everything in there. The bag, pull it down, get out any air pockets, and then cut the tip. Always be aware where that tip goes, because inevitably, if you don't know, it's usually in your baked good. So now it's time to fill. And you just and now that it's evenly distributed, I'm going to seal the dough around the filling. So we have that little hole. It's now time for it to be a little larger. Take the edge and I'm going to tuck that in, and I'm going to go all the way around, folding this, tucking it under and pinching. Folding, tucking it under and pinching. Give it an extra pinch all the way around. And then just gently fold that over. Cover it with plastic wrap. And then leave at room temperature or in a warm room for about an hour until it doubles in size and it gets just nice and puffy. Now it's nice and poofy. Now you can bake it just like this, take off the plastic wrap at 350 degrees for 45 minutes. But I like to do something extra, of course. I like to wrap my Bundt in a little protective gear. And the reason is that oftentimes Bundt timing is so long in the oven that it often gets too brown and then the outside gets really thick and hard. So I like to make it super tender because this is a super tender dough. So I put the Bundt itself onto a large piece of aluminum foil, and then I have a moist towelette. These are just paper towels that I have gotten wet and then I wrung them out so that they're not sopping wet. And then you wrap this around just the side, and then you cover up all of the paper towel to protect it with the foil. But wait, there's more. I also put a little protective tent on top so that it protects what will be the bottom of the Bundt as well. I make a little tent and I just loosely put that around so it has room to rise. When you cover it this way, the baking is a little longer. So I leave it at 45 minutes in the oven covered. Then I gently take the sides down, leaving this top on. So the sides of the Bundt are exposed for 25 minutes. And then I'll lift this off so that everything is exposed and bake it for about 5 minutes more. Then you take it out of the oven, you let it sit in the Bundt for 10 minutes, and then you flip it out. And it'll be a very light golden brown and super tender. If you are not sure that your Bundt is baked through, whether you do it this way or completely naked, then you can take a probe thermometer and then you insert it inside the bread, and if it reads 190 degrees, it is perfect. It's done. It's that easy. Time for baking.